The spring rains that we've had this spring, 2015, means that we've got great summer growth of our pastures all across the state. That also means that we can take advantage of a concept in ruminant nutrition that can really be helpful to us in terms of performance of cattle and efficiency of the use of our supplement dollars. That concept that I'm talking about has a big fancy name. We call it a positive associative effect. What that's referring to is that we can add just a little bit of protein to cattle consuming lots of average to low quality roughage and really get a real bang for our protein dollar. You see, what's going on here is that as these cattle consume a high protein supplement, something like soybean meal, cottonseed meal, or one of the byproducts that's high in protein, even though it's in a fairly small package, 1 to 2 pounds per head per day, that added protein helps the bugs, the microorganisms in the rumen, to grow, to multiply. They are the things that help to digest the cellulose that's in the plants that are out here in our pastures. We know as we go into late July, August, and September, the quality of the pasture is going to deteriorate. The plants are maturing, and as we get drier conditions, we know the protein content is going to drop. But with a little bit of added protein and the microorganisms doing their job, these cattle will consume this forage and make better use of it than they certainly would without it. Take a look at this research that was done here at Oklahoma State University. What they did was use some replacement heifers that were given 1.75 pounds per head per day of cottonseed meal. And as you can see here, the amount of time it takes these heifers to consume and digest the roughage is shortened considerably when they have the protein supplement. The retention time in the rumen is reduced 32%. That means that these cattle can consume more roughage. They can take in more of the pasture, and in fact their intake was raised about 27%. Other research that we've looked at shows us that these cattle that are consuming this roughage with the presence of the protein, that the roughage is actually used at a greater extent, a higher digestibility. So there's two things going in our favor. There's more intake, and they're getting better utilization out of the forage that they do consume. Bottom line is that for a small amount of protein supplement, we get considerably increased performance of the cattle in terms of stocker gains, heifer growth, even replacing body condition in some young, thin cows that we're concerned about as we go into the fall and winter months. So consider this concept of using a small package of high protein supplement in those situations where you'd like to get some added performance of these cattle this late summer and fall period, and I think it'll help your performance and your bottom line. And we look forward to visiting with you again next week on Sunup's Cow-Calf Corner.